so many things are happening and so many things are evolving. In this period, from girl to woman series, it's really me giving myself grace. And my emotional control has been a big one, which I'm really proud of myself about that. And this is tears of joy if I do end up crying at any point of this video. But I'm actively getting realizations. And the emotional control is like no other. And I'll start off by saying my biggest takeaway of emotional control for me is it's a byproduct of making and curating my life to be peaceful. Taking the time that I needed in the years, because it didn't happen overnight, to curate. And I talk about it so much, and I'll keep talking about it till the cow jumps over the moon. Curating your lifestyle, people, places, and things. Okay? All those things, we do have a choice more than we may feel or understand, and taking that time, no matter how much time it takes, to curate that lifestyle of peace within the people, places, and things that you are engaging with. So I'm able to say, yeah, that really, really, really helps in how I'm able to emotionally control myself. I cannot emotionally control somebody else. But one thing I can do is emotionally control myself. So as things are happening, right? And it could be things that should make my emotions go haywire. They're lucky if it stays in a haywire frequency for a strong 3.5, 4 minutes. That's as long as it could last. Like, that's how strong my emotional control is. And to declare that really comes only from God Almighty. I'm not even going to say anything else other than that. Really just everything, all the stories. They're all stories to teach us. Referencing the Bible and how important it is to me and God uses the Bible really to communicate with us. Like, it really helps in my emotional control. So I feel like I need to say that. But back to the grace on myself. Through that, fast forward to today and the events that have led up to today that have just been condensed in 2025. Okay. My authenticity is literally at the forefront, and I'm so thankful for that. So the way that I'm making decisions and the way that I'm like, okay, that doesn't work for me, I just want to give all glory to God, because through my lifespan of when I realized, okay, I need to do inner work. You don't come out of the womb being like, I need to do inner work. No, crap happens in your life, and then you hit a point in a rock and a hard place, and you realize, okay, from here on out, I need to do inner work and work on myself and whatever, right? So for me, just the grace factor on myself has caused me to now be like, okay, these are the parts in my life that I need to do inner work in, and how this situation or that thing or that place does not align with these subject matters that I need to do inner work in within myself. And that has been what has been gauging the way that I've been making decisions. That's all I could say. And it's coming up and out. So there's this jolt that happens to you, okay, when you need to get up out of a situation, or you need to just no longer engage in the situation, or you probably don't need to be going to that place anymore, or whatever. The problem is that I realize is we don't necessarily always move at that jolt. We need like 16 jolts before we move. And I realized just in this week that I don't need 16 jolts. And I'm so thankful for that. So in me giving me grace, I'm going to congratulate myself. It's not about me even verbalizing things. And that's kind of been in my nature always. Once I deem something, ask around, people will tell you, like, there's a lot of times I don't even come out explaining once I've already deemed something, right? But because that's who I am, this is about me right now. Like, within this inner work process and things that are going to come my way, like, and in me giving me grace, a part of the grace contract that I've signed within myself is, it's about you right now. So if that does not work for me, it does not work for me. It leaves you in the state and flow of excitement, where it's like you can feel the pockets, air bubbles, containers. You know how much we love talking about containers, where now space of what is for you and what does align can seep in. Have you filled an ice tray before? You don't have to go like this. You can, but you can literally just fill like the first 2 ice cube trays underneath the sink, and all the other trays will fill. That's kind of how I feel. Like, I'm just at the sink with the first 2 little holes, and the rest of the trays are filling. Because when I tell you, like, okay, this tray can stay, this one has to, like, that's how my brain is doing right now. And it's like, if you don't make the cut, I'm not the one that's going to sit here and deem anybody, any place, or anything bad or good or whatever. It just isn't working for me, you know? And I have to be firm on that to myself. And in being firm on that to myself, sometimes with me, because I'm extra sensitive in this area, I'm like, you know, what is on my forehead? Am I holding up an imaginary sign that's saying, you know, you can try me? Like, when I said that the other day, did that person really hear me? Or do I somehow, some way come off as a person like she's saying that, but she doesn't really mean that? I'm not really buying it, or she ain't gonna do nothing, whatever, right? A part of me used to be like, oh, why isn't this message getting through? And I've always had that. I'm not gonna say suffered from that, but because I don't walk around rah, I've always been like a person, like, I have to get really mad and really crazy for people to be like, oh, okay, you're serious. I can never just be like this and just people will know I'm serious. It took for me to literally cut everybody off for people to be like, oh my God, no, she's serious, right? But my life now, it's not necessarily about cutting people off. It's just more like, I'm not even worried about if you understand or if I'm holding up a sign or whatever. I am just giving myself grace to do what I have to do for myself innerly, where eventually, because it's gotten better over the years, but eventually where it's like, I don't even have to speak these things. I don't have to make these disclaimers in the beginning of a relationship or in the beginning of a this or that, right? You can just tell by looking at me, okay, this is a no-go for her and this is more than likely a go for her. And when we are speaking, calling ourselves, talking, like everything that's coming out of this woman's mouth is she means it, right? It's not like, oh, she's saying this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this, which it's a free country to go ahead and do this. But like I tell my son all the time, you will get a cause and an effect and a result from everything that we do. Not just my son, but everybody in the world. That's just how it's made up. So not necessarily worrying about, does this person understand or does that thing understand? It's doing what I have to do to be that ice tray and make sure that whatever's in those slots, that I have a choice. Remember, there's always a little reserve for inevitables. But no, I'm filling up that tray and everything. Like, there's plenty of room for what's supposed to be there and what aligns to go ahead and just pour and fill right in. And that, I have to say, comes from the grace that I've given myself for the areas that I'm lacking in, because I'm not perfect. And when I started my inner work journey, it stemmed from not woe is me. It stemmed from not victimizing myself, but it actually stemmed from what parts am I playing in my life that has resulted me to the point where some meteor hit me over the head and made me realize, okay, from this day forth, we need to start doing inner work. I went into my inner work process and the parts that I'm playing in this. What part am I playing in this? Where are some areas that, no, you know better, or you let that slide, or you're not being your most authentic self, or you're not glorifying God the way that you should, and things like that. Just things like I need to start doing, stop doing. Leading up into this point today, this has been a journey since maybe 2013, I believe, is when I started my inner work process. 2013, I called it my DIY movement, do-it-yourself inspired. It was do-it-yourself inspired 13. DIY inspired 13, the year 2013. We're in 2025 now. So this has been a journey where it's like, no, what part am I playing? What part am I playing? What am I doing that is causing this person? So now, fast forward, like I said, I'm not perfect. This is something that I'm going to be working on, and everyone, not just me, is going to be working on their whole entire life as we're living here and being amongst other human beings. What part am I playing? So, of course, not getting upset at people when they may not respect your boundaries or respect you or think that they're entitled or whatever. Always going back to the drawing board. Like, well, you can't really get mad at them because this and this and this that you let slide, or you misrepresented yourself, or you weren't your most authentic self in your response, or you just didn't say anything, or you went ahead and did it because there's this compromising theme going on. There's this, God, are we going to go down this parachute right now? There's this, oh wow, this is deep. This message right now is to all my spicy women out there. This message right now, everything else is great, but this part and on is to my spicy women out there. Stay spicy, okay? Stay spicy. Stay like, that doesn't work for me. Stay like, yeah, I may not be that fun. Yeah, you may have to walk on eggshells around me. Wow, you maybe not be able to say just any old thing around me, right? Because this is what's happening, and I'm seeing it happening to me. Parts of it has possibly somehow, whether I've noticed it or it's happening subconsciously, behind the scenes.
You're not fun. The prude effect. I can't say nothing around you. I gotta walk on eggshells. I feel like basically I'm doing all the compromising here and you're not doing anything. And the list goes on, right?
That's exactly what you should be hearing. Anyone that's saying these things, they just don't align. Again, it doesn't make them bad people. I want to say that again. I am not God to deem somebody good or bad. Only God can judge us and do those and say that, right? But that is just side effects, people, of that encounter, that relationship, that endeavor is not aligning. Okay? Simple. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. Stay spicy. Do not succumb. Do not conform. Do not water yourself down. Do not unauthenticate yourself. Do not adulterate yourself, especially with things that you believe in and that you are really, 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 really zealous about. Do not. The things that you care about, you need to be around people who align with the things that you care about. For me, my confidence doesn't come from the way that I look, the things that I maybe necessarily have as far as what the value is to the world, and maybe necessarily how I dress, right? I've been getting this not from everybody, but like, you just look like you're going to go out and sell Bibles. I do not look like I'm going to go out and sell Bibles, okay? But to the world, maybe I do look like I'm going to go out and sell Bibles. You know how hard I worked for me to look like I'm going to go out and sell Bibles? But a part of me may want to get offended by that. No, Elise, we've been working since 2013 on revitalizing and changing in certain aspects to represent ourselves better. And although I may fail along the way and then do amazing and then fall again and fail or whatever, that is a compliment. Okay? I've got a review that I look like a mom, I dress like a mom, you just look like a mom. I am a mom. I love God for my looking like I'm gonna go sell Bibles. I am a mom for those who feel like, oh my gosh, you just look like a mom. What the heck does that mean? I'm a mom proudly of a 14-year-old child. I am not ashamed of having a child. I do not dislike my child. I do not dislike the fact that I'm a mother. I am not in turmoil. That is actually my greatest achievement and gift. Okay? It does not lessen my value that I'm a mother or a single mother. Okay? It does not lessen my value that I'm 35 and still single. Because first of all, I'm not even old. Like, we have to look and really pay attention to like who's giving us these reviews. I'm actually speaking from implementations in some cases, and then others just like flat out saying these things. I just mentioned 3 things, but this has been a lot. But people, I just want you to know that the things that people point out, before it offends you, this is an emotional control thing within yourself that you really just want to make it fun. But when it happens, be happy about it. Don't let it trigger you. Don't let it upset you. Don't be like, oh my God, I need to go home and change my wardrobe. Of course, we can always enhance our wardrobe, and as we get older and we change like different trinkets, and of course you need to like do deep cleans and get rid of stuff that's no longer, you know, flattering or whatever. But when you want to sit there and make me feel bad about myself, make me, without realizing it, especially as women, we go through so much with our image to the point where people are over here slicing and dicing themselves, injecting themselves on a schedule. Okay, no shade or anything like to that, but it all stems from these small commentaries, these very small commentaries that we are not realizing is one of the things that is the most best part about us. Okay? So I'm not going to bash too much on that. I want that to be like a meditative moment within you, because I believe we're all receiving that type of review. And watch yourself if you feel yourself feeling some type of way, or starting to like Google search things and like, what can I do more of this? No. I want you to reverse it, flip it and reverse it, like Missy Elliott used to say in that song. And take it as an immediate compliment, and then also do as you wish and do what you will with whoever gave you that review. It's about the ice tray mold. Make sure it just flows right in, and we're making room always for fresh ice. There's nothing worse than a stale cube of ice. Ugh. Some bad ice, you can taste it as soon as you drink. You know, ice is a big thing. You want the ice tray to be clean. At this point, your freezer needs to be clean, because it could be a clean ice tray, but if the freezer is infused with just, you know, it makes the ice taste, it's also the filtration system within the water that you throw. It's so much that goes into this. Make it fun. I will say it till I am blue in the face. Make it whimsical. Okay, watch my videos on how I do these things that are so important and so crucial. They're so important, so crucial, but the way that I approach it is so whimsical. Make it fun. Okay, make it fun, because it can be fun. It is fun. Okay. And shine at this time. Shine with the thoughts that you're having in your mind as far as what you need to implement at this season and time of your life. Make it fun. I will say it till I am blue in the face. Make it whimsical. Okay, watch my videos on how I do these things that are so important and so crucial. They're so important, so crucial, but the way that I approach it is so whimsical. Make it fun. Okay, make it fun, because it can be fun. It is fun. Okay. And shine at this time. Shine with the thoughts that you're having in your mind as far as what you need to implement at this season and time of your life. And take the time that you need. There's no, by this time it needs to happen. Just be so happy and so appreciative when the download comes of like, for me, my download was, okay, at this time, it's not about leveling up. It's not about what else we can get and what other goal we can achieve and what business we want to start now, and the business that we have, how can we rebrand it or repurpose it? Not rebrand, but repurpose it. No. At least your one thing right now is just giving yourself grace in the areas that you keep falling and bumping and scraping your knee. Instead of, why are we doing this? Why are we bumping and scraping our knee in this one area, but we're achieving so well and everything's flowing so much in this area? Just giving myself grace. I'm able to get on here today and have this beautiful realization and timestamp. So I don't know who needed to hear this. It was really for me, but it's also a gift to you, whoever heard it and it may resonate. At this time, whatever your download is, take it and relish in it. Enjoy it, make it whimsical, make it fun, and just enjoy what will come from putting it into practice. Okay? I love you so much. I love you so much. Deep hugs, big hugs, and kisses to my collective, and I will definitely catch you, okay, on the next one. Bye.